My name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, and welcome to another episode of the Crimson Fly animated webcomic speed paint series. Wow, that is a mouthful, and my god, I need a different name, which I will figure out eventually. Or if you've got a better name, please leave it in the comments. I'm Colin SkipperWing Bird, and you're watching me make my animated webcomic, The Crimson Fly. If you'd like to watch SkipperWing draw a thing in real time, please feel free to check out my live stream channel at twitch.tv/SkipperWing. Streams are Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And if you'd like a version of this video without the audio commentary, you can check out the links in the description below or in the cards when I eventually get to actually putting cards on my videos, or the end screens when I also get to the point of doing that too. Thanks YouTube for getting rid of annotations. That was very helpful. Today's music is Mean Streets by MK2 off of the YouTube audio library. There will be a link to download it in the description below. So, on to today's video. The kid who would be the Crimson Fly makes a very stupid decision. It's one of those things where eventually they're going to get called out on it by one of the characters later on in the story. But right now, they just discovered that they're legs, they're a freak, and they have to reveal themselves and then get out of the crumbling factory. But, you know, they're a teenager, and teenagers get embarrassed over the dumbest of things. So, that's what happens here. Would you have gotten embarrassed and, you know, risk your life over this? Probably not. But here's the thing. The Crimson Fly is a little bit of an author avatar. Not specifically male author avatar, but a avatar. And so, yeah, I would have done something stupid like this too. So they're starting to regret the idea of, you know, being a super mutant with massive, awesome jumping powers and wings and all of that jazz. So, yeah, so they make a really, really stupid decision. And you'll see the ramifications over the next few strips. It's similar to the stupid decision that they made in issue 3, but the consequences here are a lot worse. Yeah, and the Crimson Fly has trouble with those kinds of decisions, and that's something that they're going to learn to grow out of as they get older and older. So, on to the actual content of today's strip. Not a lot of heavy animation, at least not in the sort of animation that I personally would enjoy. I feel like the animation that is there actually does add to the story, i.e., oh no, there is tension, things are shaking, and, you know, the building's gonna come down. But not the sort of action thing, and it's not so much that it's boring to me as it's not as interesting to me. And no, the opposite of interesting isn't, okay, yes, the opposite of interesting is boring, but it's a spectrum. It's not like interesting, boring. Interesting, boring. It's like interesting, less interesting, less interesting, I don't care, to boring, boring, oh my god, I'm so bored. And so this kind of animation falls on that spectrum, but this is where digital comics come in handy. Because if it was all about simply the, oh my god, dynamic action and punching and kicking and stuff, this wouldn't need to be animated. But I get to do some really cool, nifty tricks with this. For one thing, when the first two panels are on screen, I get to space them out in a way that I wouldn't be able to do in a traditional format, because in a traditional format I have to make space for all the panels. But in a digital format, I can have one panel be as big as I want until all the other ones have to appear in it as well. I also get to do some really cool stuff with the shaking animation. Because this is not something I do on the regular, or at least the shaking animation or the blur effect, I'd kind of forgotten how I'd done it in strip 9 in 89. Yeah, it's not so much it takes a while as you know, it's been a week, it's been a very stressful week, and I forget how I do certain things, so I have to usually pull them up in a different window and be like, oh, that's how I did it. So that was a thing. I had to go back and fix that, and then I had to go in and do the shakes, and the shakes are still pretty cool as an effect, because it takes the best of both worlds. Like, the shakes in the comics are there because it's a onomatopoeia that you can't imagine, and like doing the blur is a little bit hard without, you know, messing up your entire composition. So we came up with shakes. But when there's digital, I can make them animated and make it more than just, oh, it's an animation imitating a comic. It's a comic imitating an animation and imitating a comic. It's kind of cool. So you might also be wondering why in panels 4, 5, and 6 the shakes stop. Not 4, 5, 6. Actually, just panels 5 and 6. But the reason why the shakes stop in those 2 panels is because the Crimson Fly is coming to a realization that they might not be accepted for who they are with those legs. And so they're thinking, and it's a dangerous process of thinking, because obviously it leads them to make a very bad decision. But I wanted to give it gravitas by, you know, stopping the shakes and allowing everybody to focus on the emotion of the moment. So what happens next? Well, you'll just have to keep reading to find out. Hopefully nothing too bad. And that's it for today's comic. Please, if you like what you saw, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep seeing more of these videos. Also, if you'd like to see me stream the comic in real time, please feel free to check out my live stream channel at twitch.tv/SkipperWing, or check out the original interactive version of this comic at thecrimsonfly.com, which is a lot cooler than what you're seeing just the video. My name is Colin SkipperWing Bird, signing out. And I'll catch you peeps later!